Hello everybody and welcome back to Entrepreneur. You're still with me, Ben Ibrahim, and today we're learning about this great and interesting business called Switchblade. And this is the part of the show where we talk about best practice, and this is the part of the show where we are at the dining area of a Switchblade. So Asep, tell us about this great area. Wine and dine, they say.
It's a place to chill out, I guess. If you're here with families or friends, this portion of the dining area is air conditioned, unlike the outdoor area. So it's a great place to have small parties as well. Yeah.
So this is very much connected to the business in terms of that lifestyle concept, correct?
Yes, it is. It's a fundamental aspect of the business. Yes, we want to sell the clothes for the babies, for the parents, but also we want to introduce them, the brand, in a more relaxed atmosphere. And what better way than through good food and good drinks.
Now, one of the forms of best practice is pricing. So tell us, how is the best way to price products?
It starts from understanding your demographic and your target audience. For us, we wanted to target young families who just started a family, for example. So we priced it at a reasonable price point.
So what factors did you have to consider apart from the demographic, the geographic? Because at the end of the day, sometimes people can't afford this type of lifestyle.
We try to make it affordable. So our price point starts at 9 ringgit 90 cents, for example. Yeah. The other things, cost factors with the suppliers, etc., from our main manufacturers, those are all controllable costs, I think. You know, you can still negotiate on costs. We want to have it as reasonable as possible for our target audience. Yeah.
Now, it seems like the price is very, very reasonable, but very, very, well, other end of the spectrum, should I say. Some products you have 990, some products you have 299 ringgit. So tell us about this equilibrium.
Well, it depends on the quality of the product, and it's varied. Switchblade has different brands under its roof. You've got, for babies, Switchblade 6 bunnies, for example. Those are priced at about 60 odd ringgit. So we make those as cheap as possible, but maintaining good quality to the product. And of course, you got more expensive items. For example, our bicycles, they cost over 2,000 ringgit. But again, it comes with quality products. Quality products, and of course, after sales service is key.
Of course. Now, when you first started this business, you made a decision that you're going to target two markets: children and adults. Why these two particular markets?
We wanted to reach the parents. Because I mean, we live our fantasies through our kids a lot of times.
Very good.
I'm fortunate enough to have like hobbies, the kind of stuff that I have. You know, with God's blessings, of course. We have clothes for adults as well, which if you're a true rockabilly fan, or you love the hot rod culture, we have those kinds of clothes for you as well.
Now, because your products and services are so diversified, tell us about the balance sheet. What is your highest operating expense?
Operating expense, I guess it's rent, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the clothes?
Well, clothes are seasonal. You know, so that bill comes along maybe every 3 months or so. That is a substantial amount as well. But day-to-day operations, month in, month out, I guess it's rent and salary. I mean, these two things you can't really run away from.
So manpower cost and rent. Okay. Now, one thing that we always talk about here, right here on Entrepreneur, is about best practice. What can you, our guests, teach our viewers? And in this case, some standard operating procedures, some practices, some techniques, some tactics that you tried, that has worked, and that you use it every day.
I guess it's, first and foremost, you have to look at your balance sheet. You have to know...
It all goes back to that,
Yeah, you have to understand your daily sales. You have to track and monitor what are the good selling items, what are not. And you have to be always ready to adapt. Sometimes you have to go against your own personal preference, for example. Maybe a design, a design that you like, but it doesn't do well in the market. This you have to accept and tweak it. That's number one in terms of product. You know, in terms of HR, that's another thing that we really want to improve on. You know, what we want to do essentially is make our staff be part of a family and a family that communicates, because communication for me is very key.
Asep, his strength is PR skill. He is very good at that. So he can communicate with anybody, and anybody can basically, work with him easily, comfortably. And so he's also the ultimate salesperson. Doing events like in Initials Neverhat, he can sell some kind of, if you think of it, it's like a ridiculous idea, like a giant monster display that will, fit into a wall or something. If you think of it differently, it's like, why are you doing that? But being the ultimate salesperson, he will explain to the customer why you need this, he's explaining it, and of course the customer will buy the idea.
Now, in a business like this, you need good marketing to get the brand out there, to get the product and service out there. Now, we've spoken to many entrepreneurs on a weekly basis over the course of this program, and they say online is the way to go. Media, word of mouth. But what kind of marketing practices do you use to get the Switchblade product out there?
Well, it's true and tried practice.
True and tried, yeah?
It works.
It works, yeah?
Sometimes.
So what works for you?
Yeah, well, to reinvent the wheel sometimes it's
tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
We've tried, not all very successful. But we are looking at more events. Yeah, we wanna. That's how we deviate from the normal Facebook, Twitter. We still find that very, very important. It's one of our tools. SMS messaging.
Right.
Yeah, because we have collected database through our live membership program.
Right.
So with that, our customers are always updated with the latest happenings. But events is something that we want to really explore on, since we're selling the lifestyle.
Fantastic. Now, you're a new business. Now you're selling and marketing mainly clothes, bikes, and a lifestyle. Who do you look up to in terms of a company or an organization that does it really, really well? A company that's been established for a long time and you want to emulate them?
We didn't really have a benchmark, or we didn't have a real model to look at, because a lot of the business worldwide, it's either retail or restaurant.
Right.
There's no real model per se to say it's a successful brand.
Right.
The closest that we've seen is probably Hard Rock Cafe, for example.
Hard Rock Cafe. Yeah.
But Hard Rock's merchandise is not as diverse as ours. It's a complete lifestyle. But we do aspire, in a sense, to be like them, an icon.
Right.
And we're trying to move forward in that direction. Hard Rock has done wonders with their branding. People collect their pins and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we want to hit to.
Now, you've been running this business for around 18 months, and God bless, you've made some money, you've made some profit. But what next? How do you take the Switchblade business from A to E to make more money and to keep it running better?
Well, I guess you mentioned about best practices, and I guess it's about implementing those, to take it the next step further. We need to grow the business. There are certain areas of the business where the overheads can be controlled, and yet we can grow the business end of it. For example, now we're looking at retailers to carry our products even more, have the products available in different markets.
Okay.
Right across Asia even.
Okay, so regional.
Yeah, regional.
Okay, very smart.
Yeah, so that doesn't affect our overhead costs, for example, where it's just having the product out. Okay. But I'm the kind of person who takes things on the fly sometimes.
Okay.
I don't like to set myself up for disappointment.
Right.
So set a plan, but be flexible enough so that you don't get disappointed. Because the worst thing to happen to you is that you don't want to dread not coming to work the next day. You want to come to work. So it's enjoy the ride. It's a beautiful wave. You're surfing the wave. Enjoy it, man.
Okay. So business lesson number 3, don't be too military and don't be too structured about your business plan. Make sure there's room for some form of flexibility and some form of changes. We're just going to take a very short commercial break right here on Entrepreneur. But when we come back, we're going to learn about Asep away from the switchblade business. He loves cars, and we're going to check out this fancy car. Stick with us right here on Entrepreneur.